Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to do a ranking of everything from Dear Klairs. And as usual, I am not wearing any makeup for my skincare videos. I want it to be as authentic as possible, and I do have almost everything from the Dear Klairs range, so I'm going to do a detailed review on every single product and a ranking of whether I think you should get it, it's worth the hype, or it's not the most, worth the item. So we're going to do a ranking tier list. If you haven't watched the ranking every product from I'm From video, this will be very similar. So you have your S tier, which is run, you need to get it, you need to have it in your life. A, which is worth the hype and definitely worth a try. B would be it's good, but there's better out there. And then C is I think you can pass on it, you don't need to have it in your life. There isn't anything that is under C, just because I think all these products work and are good. It's just that from my point of view, what should you absolutely try and what you can, maybe just go on with your life without it. And we're going to split this into two parts because there are so many products here I want to review and I don't want to make the video way too long. So this will be split into two parts, and some of the products I have already used up, so I will just insert a picture and talk about it because I threw it away. I'm a little bit short-sighted, I usually just throw away all my empties. So yeah, without further ado, let's get to the video. If you guys haven't heard of Dear Klairs in the past, it is a K-beauty skincare brand that also does have some makeup products, but it's mainly skincare and is most commonly seen on the shopping site Wishtrend, which again is a really great platform for trying out K-beauty. Dear Klairs is very well known for being very inclusive by having fragrance-free products, having vegan and cruelty-free products as well in their formulation, so a lot of people can try out their products. I think nowadays people do reach for products and brands that they believe in, and the formulation really counts whether it's vegan or cruelty free. So Dear Klairs is a great beginner, brand for you to delve into if you're starting off with K-beauty. They are targeted towards to be milder products that are effective and doesn't harm the skin. So these products have great ingredients in them, but not such a high percentage that you would usually get irritation. So it's a really nice product for just calming down the skin and giving it that extra care and prep that you need. To start with, let's go through the sample sizes of products I have. Let's go through, first of all, the Supple Preparation Unscented Toner. This was a very viral product back in, the early 2020s. And I saw a lot of skincare influencers talk about it because back then that was the rise of K-beauty and a lot of people were just starting to get used to it. And it was trending on the market. And this was something that caught a lot of people's attention because not only was it relatively affordable, you get a huge bottle in the full size, but it was unscented, fragrance-free, and targeted towards a wider range of audiences. Whereas in toners and skincare in the past, there was a lot of fragrance and heavily focused on fragrances to make the experience better. But that was, the rise of when we wanted unscented products. And this was something that I remember so clearly wanting to try because of influencers such as James Welsh and Cassandra Bankson talking about it. We'll start first with the unscented toner. So this one is quite a thicker texture. It's almost like it's I would say jelly. You can see it's quite slow when it comes to melting down my hand, but when you rub it into the skin, it really just absorbs super quickly. It's really, really nice and it keeps my skin really moisturized and hydrated. So this is a product I really enjoy using, and because I have it in travel size, I think it's really good for days when I go out and I don't want to bring like a huge bottle. The scent, honestly, it is unscented, but I do get a little bit of like an artificial plasticky scent to it if I really try to smell super hard, but it's basically non-existent. I think it's really nice, and the only complaint is it is a little bit sticky because of how thick the texture is of the toner. But honestly, it doesn't really matter because toner is not always your last step anyway. You will always have a moisturizer to coat on top of it, so the stickiness really disappears. But you can see it's already melted into my skin and it's just very fast absorbing. Very nice, very wonderful product. Nothing super special, but it does get the job done. I think this is just something really good for hydrating the skin and just giving your skin a little bit of that boost. Hence for ranking, I'm going to put this in the B tier. I think it's nice and you can give it a try, but I don't think you should rush out and use it. It's nothing super special. You can definitely find dupes on the market. Similarly, this is the Supple Preparation Facial Toner. This does have a scent to it, but it's a very similar texture. It's basically the same thing in my opinion, but this has a little bit of a tea tree oil scent. Yeah, it's a little bit more medicinal and herbal. You can see again, it's quite slow when it comes to melting down the hand, so it's a little bit thicker than usual, but again, fast absorbing, really wonderful. But one thing to note is this does help balance your pH. This is slightly acidic, so it really helps your skin when you're having like some trouble areas and just want to really nourish it back to its normal pH. So I think that's a little bit of an extra special claim here. I don't think the fragrance is super strong, but again, this is just a very everyday, I think you can use it and it wouldn't really matter. It helps moisturize. It's a very standard toner. It's enjoyable to use, but again, I don't think it's super special per se. So yeah, I'm going to also rank this in the B tier, just because even though it was a huge bottle that you can buy in a full size, Dear Klairs is actually kind of pricey. So I think you can definitely find something better on the market for more affordable and does the exact same job. Now I want to talk about the Dear Klairs hand care range. So we have here a Dear Klairs Daily Comfort hand cream, and this hand cream is absolutely amazing. You can see I've used quite a lot of it. It just melts into the skin like so quickly. Let me get a little bit. So here it is, very standard, and then you just rub it onto your hand and it is so fast absorbing. It is absolutely crazy. And it's non-sticky. It's just the right amount of consistency to give it a soft hydration. You can see it's already melted into my skin and dried. It's absolutely amazing. The formulation is awesome. The price is right. You get such a huge tube. You get 370 grams. It looks massive, but there's always a but. This has the most horrible scent to it. It smells like medicinal. It smells like when you go into like the dentist and they just open like the fresh packets of tools. It's very dental, surgical, hospital, sanitized, metal. Like, it's a really yucky scent. I do not like it. Every time I use this hand cream, like right now, I love it because it's already absorbed into my skin and I can go on with my day. I can type and it won't leave any, like oily stains and things like that. So as a hand cream, it is amazing, but I can't get past the scent. It's just too strong and yucky. But I did realize I've had this for a year now. The scent has died down a little bit since I first gotten it, but it's just quite annoying to realize that there's such a yucky scent. Like, whenever I put it on, I would put it really far away from me just so I don't get the scent wafted into my nose. That's how bad it is. So for that reason, I am going to put it in the B tier because I have a lot of different hand creams that are amazing. The formulation, I would say this is like top 3 for formulation, but the scent just gives the experience a huge downgrade. I hate smelling my hands afterwards, and definitely don't put this on after you, like before you eat, because you will smell it when you like eat your food. So yeah, it's such a shame because this is a great hand cream, but it just is so bad on the scent. Next in this hand care range is this Daily Comfort hand wash. And yes, it is almost empty, but this product, I actually really like this product. I don't know about anyone else, but my hand wash usually are those ones that immediately foam, or it's just like a gel texture and then it bubbles up. This I think is quite special because it's like a physical exfoliator because it has some granules in it that remove substances and it helps you with your physical exfoliation, which I think is something special. I've never had a hand wash that is actually physically exfoliating, and it just is great. Because it's a hand wash, I don't really smell it as much. You wash it, it bubbles, it foams, you wash it away, no scent on your hands. So I really like this. And again, 370 grams, it lasts a long time. I literally saved the tiniest bit for this video, but I think it would be done just this week. It's a great hand wash. I use it daily, and my hands feel really soft after I use it because of that physical exfoliant. And I do find that even sometimes when I get like paper cuts or anything, I do tend to avoid it, but sometimes I forget because it's right there and I use it and it doesn't really irritate my skin or my hands at all. So that's an added bonus. That is amazing. So for that reason, I will put this in A. I think it's worth a try. I think it's a really, really nice hand wash, and it gives you that luxury experience when you're washing your hands. I know no one like really thinks about washing their hands as luxurious, but it makes me feel so happy whenever I use this, and it's a little bit grotty and gross. But yeah, this is a great product. I really like it. Next, I want to talk about a newer release from Dear Klairs. This is their Freshly Juiced Vitamin Charging Serum. So this is another product in their Freshly Juiced line, which I absolutely adore, and I think it's one of the best lines they have. I think it is my favorite line from Dear Klairs. It's all about vitamin C and just giving your skin that antioxidant boost, juicing it up, brightening, firming, everything amazing. And this is a new formula for the serum. If you remember, they have like a freshly juiced serum, which is in a dropper and it's like liquidy. I finished that product up, so I don't have a physical bowl to show you, but that's coming up next in the review. But let's talk about this one right now. This is a vitamin C serum, and you can see it's a clear gel texture that is quite thin, and once you put it onto the skin, I think this is really nice because it really just melts in. There's no sticky residue at all, and it just feels amazing once you mix it in with your sunscreen. We all know that putting our antioxidants with sunscreen boosts the effects of our SPF, which is what we want, and this product is really great for that. Again, like their previous freshly juiced serum, it does leave a little bit of a hot feeling on your face. It's not uncomfortable, it's just that it warms your face up. I guess it's the ascorbic acid in it, but this is a really nice lightweight serum that I think you can use every day in the morning, and I really enjoy using it. It has a nice pump applicator, and it's easy to control how much you have in it. And this is mainly just to help brighten your skin, make it look more healthy with your pigmentation, things like that. It's really, really nice and sensitive skin friendly, and yeah, there's nothing really bad about it. I really enjoy it, but I would put it in the A range just because I love the original freshly juiced serum and juice, I can't remember what it's called, a lot better. But this is definitely something worth a try if you're looking for a vitamin C serum. Now, I hinted at this earlier, we're going to talk about the freshly juiced original serum, which comes in our little dropper, and it's a very interesting product because it feels more like a facial oil rather than a serum. It has a very thin texture, and again, when you put it on the face, it feels slightly warm just because, like I said, I think it's the ascorbic acid in it, and it just works wonders for my skin. I saw that after I used it, my skin was brighter, my complexion looked more even, and it helped with my pigmentation a lot, and it really helped boost the powers of my sunscreen. And the thing is, it doesn't peel or anything. You can layer it on many times and it will not clog or bunch up. It is just such a great serum. It melts into the skin immediately and you feel great about using it. The only issue is it does oxidize, so you want to use it up as soon as possible, or at least close the lid very, very tightly. Otherwise, it will turn into this orange yucky color, and that's not good. Thank goodness for me, I used it up before it oxidized, but that's just something to keep in mind. But that is one of my favorite vitamin C products of all time. I would keep on repurchasing it over and over again. The only reason I haven't repurchased it is because I have this one right here, and there's no point of me having too many products at once. I like using up my products and then buying new ones, although sometimes I do buy a lot, but I just don't open it, I just look at it. But that vitamin C is just one of the best, and I love using it, like I said, with my sunscreen. And also this freshly juiced vitamin E mask, somehow those two put together is just the answer and key to having the most healthy and beautiful skin. Your skin feels so smooth, supple, and brightened. It just is amazing. So for that reason, you can probably guess, I'm going to put that serum into the A tier. It is one of the best products from Dear Klairs, and probably one of the best vitamin C products ever on the market. Really love it. You guys need to try it out. It is worth the hype 100%. Next, let's talk about this freshly juiced vitamin E mask. This one is, I already tell you guys without the review, this is an S tier product. One of my favorite products of all time. Literally no regard of brand, category. This is one of my favorite products. This mask, do not be fooled by the name. It is not a mask. well, it is. It's like a thicker moisturizer. I don't like to call it mask. I like to just call it moisturizer. But it is such a unique product. I stopped using it just so I can film it for the video because I was using it up way too quickly. You guys can see it's almost empty. What is so special about this product, in my opinion, is that first of all, the texture is like a milk pudding. It is a putty and very soft texture. And the thing is, it's like self-repairing. So you can see I scraped it and it's hitting a pan, and now there's like this gap in it, right? Just wait a good 5 minutes and this product will slowly melt back together and cover up the hole. It will turn into a flat surface. How cool is that? I think it's just so fun to play with. It's almost like those slime you used to make as a child with cornstarch. It is self-repairing. It is so cool. But the product itself is also absolutely incredible. It feels really nourishing. It feels so luxurious on the skin. And once you put it on, it really locks in every product you have put on previously. And it just does amazing things for my skin. Again, like I said, mixed with the vitamin C. Vitamin C and vitamin E are amazing together because vitamin C brightens and helps with texture and complexion, whereas vitamin E is more repairing and nourishing for the skin. It's really good for repairing your skin barrier and really just focusing on moisturizing and hydration keeping. So that is why it's such an amazing product. And like I said, it's just so cool and fun. I realize this is taking a while for it to repair because there's literally nothing left. I'm scraping the last of the products. But this is literally one of the best. You can see even the rounded edges right now are a little bit more, it's less harsh than when I first scraped into it with my nails. But this is such an amazing product. I absolutely adore it. And I actually do have a backup of this already because I just think it's a product I cannot live without, especially at night. Sometimes I like to use this as well, especially when my skin has a really harsh day or I wore a lot of makeup and I did a lot of like scrubbing and exfoliating. This just does wonders for my skin. I feel so great the next morning. It feels soft, supple, and just really hydrated. Absolutely love this product, and it is something I think you guys all should try out. It is definitely worth the hype. It's very pricey, but you actually don't need a little. You saw how much I scraped onto my finger. I think just as much as your little pinky cap is enough because it really just melts out into something that you can spread all over the face. It is great and one of the best non-sticky moisturizers out there that is heavy at the same time. I hope that makes sense because this is amazing. I keep on looking back at the nail scrape to see if it's repaired itself, but it's doing its thing. But yeah, that is it for part 1 of all the products from Klairs. I'm going to stop it there just because I don't want the video to be super long. But next, we're going to go through some of the other more famous products from their line, which includes their sunscreen, their blue cream line, and their tea tree fundamental line. So just keep on watching and stay tuned for part 2. See you guys for the next part.